Let's try Sura Fatiha. What we have learned so far, using that knowledge, we can find out many grammatical terms in Sura Fatiha and in other surahs as well. So let's try Sura Fatiha, and we are going to ignore the first word, Alhamdu, and we will try the other words. Lillahi. The word La is a harf of Zar. And what does harf of Zar do? They make their next word Zar. So La is a harf of Zar. So it is supposed to make the next word Zar, and it indeed did. So the word Allahi, the word Allah became Allahi, Zar. Okay? Fine. Now we're going to find out the 4 properties of the word Allah. First of all, what is the status of this word? It is Zar. What is the number of this word? We know that Allah is singular. I mean, even there is the sign of plural anyway, grammatically. So it is singular. What is the gender? The gender grammatically is masculine because I don't see any sign of feminine. So Allah does not have any gender. This is important, that Allah does not have any gender, but grammatically the word has a gender. So what is it? Is it masculine or feminine? I don't see any sign of feminine, so it is masculine. What is the type? Is it proper or common? It is proper because it is a name. Okay. So we found the 4 properties of the word Allah. Now let's try Rabbi. Now the first thing that comes in my mind, that this word Rabbi can be a mudaf. Do you remember the mudaf ilay? And what was the condition to be a mudaf? It cannot have al and it must be light. So looks like it does not have al and it is light. So maybe it is a mudaf, but I need to check the next word. The next word to be a mudaf ilay, the next word is supposed to be zar. So alamina, muslimuna, muslimina, muslimina. The ina ending tells us that it is indeed zar. So by the way, if you're confused about muslimina, 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 muslimina. So in both cases, nasab and jar, it can be ina ending, right? Muslimina, muslimina. But so are we going to take it as nasab or jar? We will take it as zar, because if we take it as a zar, it becomes a mudaf ilay. So we are going to go with the benefit of the doubt. We will take it as jar. Okay. So looks like this is a mudaf and this is a mudaf ilay. So the translation will become Rob of the worlds. So this is a mudaf and this is a mudaf ilay. Okay. Now I will try to find the 4 properties of this word Rob. Let's do that. What is the status? Is it raha, nasab or jar? Rabbi, the e ending tells us that this is jar. Number. What is the number? The number is singular. I don't see any una ina ending or no sign of plural, so it is singular. Gender, no sign of feminine, so it is masculine. Type, is it singular? Is it proper or common? Looks like it is common because it does not have any sign to be proper. It does not have al, it is not a name or the other things that makes something proper. It does not have any sign of that, so it is common. Now let's try to find the four properties of al-alamina. What is the status? It's jar. The ina ending tells us that it is jar. Number, is it singular or plural? Muslimuna, muslimina, muslimina. The ina ending, if you remember the Muslim chart, the ina ending is in the plural category, so it is plural. Gender, is it masculine or feminine? No sign of feminine, so we'll call it masculine. And the type, is it proper or common? The al tells us that it is proper. Now notice this. The rob, I told you that this is common, but technically this was supposed to be common. But if the mudaf ilai is proper, the mudaf also becomes proper. Okay, these two words, they are mudaf ilai, and if the mudaf ilai is proper, then mudaf also becomes proper. So it's not common, it's actually proper because of the mudaf ilai. Okay, and the four properties of the word rob is these four. The four properties of al-alamina is these four. So individually they are like that, but these two words are actually inseparable because they are connected grammatically as mudaf ilay or idafa. So if I ask you, okay, together, what is their four properties? What are their four properties? And the answer is together, whatever the four properties of the mudaf is, together they will have that four properties. So together, according to the mudaf, they will have these four properties: jar, singular, masculine, and proper. And if you notice, the four properties of this, the word Allahi matches with the four properties of these two. Both of them together, it matches with the word Allahi. And what happens when four properties matches? It becomes a mawsuf and sifa. So this together is a sifa of the word Allahi. Do you know what sifa is? If I say beautiful flower, so I'm giving a description of the flower, and the word beautiful is a sifa. So in this case, the word Allah is a mawsuf, and Rabbil Alamina, master of the worlds, Lord of the worlds, it is a sifa of the word Allah. So it is, I'll write it down, sifa sifa 1. Let's try the next ayah, Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahimi. What are the four properties of the word Ar-Rahmani? The E ending tells us that it is jar. What is the number? Is it singular or plural? It's singular because it does not have any ina, una, ina ending or atun, atin ending. And there are other signs which could make it plural, but we don't see any of that. It's not a broken plural. So in other words, this is singular. Then we found the status, we found the number. What is the gender? It is masculine or feminine? It's masculine because no sign of feminine. What is the type? Is it proper or common? The al tells us that this is proper. Okay. So we found the four properties of the word Ar-Rahman. Let's find the four properties of Ar-Rahim. The E ending tells us that it is jar. Number is singular, just like Ar-Rahman. Gender, is it masculine or feminine? It's masculine, no sign of feminine, so it's masculine. Is it proper or common? The R tells us it is proper. Okay, so do you notice that these four properties matched with these four properties? Let me color it for you. Okay. Since they match all four properties, this is Sifa 2 and this is Sifa 3. So this was the Mawsuf. These two together was Sifa 1. This is Sifa 2. This is Sifa 3. So you see how everything is connected together? We are in our second ayah and it is still connected to the first ayah, to one word. You see? Let's try the next ayah. Maliki Yawmiddin. And this ayah is pretty cool, so pay close attention to this. The first word is Maliki. Maliki is an ism, and an ism is normally heavy. But this is not heavy, it's not Malikin, it's Maliki, which tells us that this is light. So the first thing that comes in my mind that since this ism is light, maybe it's a mudaf, because how does the mudaf work? It cannot be heavy, right? So it's not heavy. Maybe it's a mudaf, since it's ism but not heavy. Maybe it's a mudaf. And other condition was it cannot have al in the beginning, and it does not have al. So maybe it's a mudaf. But we need to check the next word first. If the next word is mudaf ilay, then we can call it a mudaf. And to be a mudaf ilay, that word must be jar. Yaumi, the ending, E ending, tells us that it is indeed jar. So, looks like this is indeed mudaf ilay. Mudaf ilay, okay? Maliki means master. Yaum means day. So, master of day. Okay. But here is the cool part. Yaumi also looks like a mudaf. Why? Because it's light and it does not have al in the beginning. So maybe this is also a mudaf. For that we need to look at the next word. Ad-dini is indeed jar. So it is a mudaf ilay. So yaumi, we just found out that it was a mudaf ilay of Maliki, but it is a mudaf of ad-dini. So it is at the same time mudaf and mudaf ilay. And this is dini is mudaf ilay, just mudaf ilay. So how does the translation become? The translation is master of day of judgment. Ad-dini, judgment. Master of day of the judgment. Now let's find out the four properties of the word Maliki. What is the status of this? The E ending tells us that it is jar. What is the number? Singular or plural? It is singular, because it does not have any una in ending or atunat in ending. Just like the Muslim word, Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, Maliki, the E ending tells us that it is singular. What is the gender? Is it masculine or feminine? No sign of feminine, so it is masculine. And what is the type? Is it proper or is it common? Do you remember that I told you that if the mudaf ilay is proper, the mudaf also becomes proper. And this is a mudaf. What is the mudaf ilay? Yaumi. And Yaumi tells us, no, no, I am also a mudaf. My mudaf ilay is ad-dini, and ad-dini is proper. So, because this is proper, this becomes proper, and since this is proper, this becomes proper, meaning Maliki becomes proper. And this one also becomes proper because ad-din is proper, his mudaf ilay is proper. And this one is proper because it has al, so it's proper. Okay. So we found out jar, singular, masculine, and proper for the word Maliki. Let's find out the four properties of Yaumi. Yaumi is jar, number is singular. We found the status, number. Let's find out gender, no sign of feminine, so it is masculine. Let's find out the four properties of ad-dini. E ending tells us it's jar. Number is just ni ending, so it's singular. What is the gender? Masculine, no sign of feminine. So we found four properties: status, number, gender, and type of ad-dini. Okay, great. Now they all have their four properties, right? They have their four properties, but they are together, they're connected. How? This is the mudaf, this is the mudaf ilay, this is the mudaf, and its mudaf ilay is this. So they all are connected. So if I ask you, what is the status? What are the four properties of theirs as a whole package? What are the four properties? Then the four properties of all of theirs are going to be the first word, meaning the first mudaf, and the four properties are this: jar, singular, masculine, and proper. Let me color it to green. Okay. Jar, singular, masculine, and proper. Looks like this matches with the word Allah. Jar, singular, masculine, and proper. So they together is another sifa of the word Allah. So this is sifa 4. You see how from the very first ayah to the third ayah, everything is connected. How? So, Lillahi Rabbil Alamina Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahimi Maliki Yawmiddini. They are all connected. The word was Allahi, and this was the Sifa 1. The second ayah was Sifa 2 and 3, and we found Sifa 4 in the third ayah. So, hopefully you can appreciate how beautiful the verses of Allah is, and it's like solving a math problem. Without understanding the grammar, you will never understand the beauty of the verses.